Hello boys and girls, my name is Nicky. We have a new PTR patch again very soon, February 21st. We're getting some small balance changes. Oreo is getting a small nerf on Bestow Hope trait. Decreases the amount of energy stored from 50 to 40, 10% nerf of the damage that you do to non-heroes. So that's a very good nerf. Oreo is gonna be getting less energy from doing Q slaps on creeps and auto attacking and stuff like that. Her new self-sustain on energy has been a little bit too self-sufficient, so it's nice that they're tuning that a little bit back. They actually might even need to do even a little bit more, but I guess they're monitoring. Next, the Haka is getting some interesting stuff. First, the Dark Swarm damage is gonna get reduced by 4, which I don't think Dark Swarm damage is main the Haka problem, though I guess that's gonna reduce his overall wave clear and maybe global fast pressure, which is kinda nice. Level 4 talents, Hero Stalker. This is the talent that generates 1 stack of essence every time you hit with your Dark Swarm heroes. Now, you're not gonna generate essence every time you hit 1 hero. You will only start generating essence if you hit a minimum of 2 heroes. So they nerfed this talent for some reason. I don't know why. Do I think it was the strongest talent on this tier? No. Do I think this is fair? Maybe. I mean, I can definitely see... I mean, I don't see what's the problem of a Dehaka farming this on 1 hero. Like, he needs to stay on 1 hero for a decent amount of time. Is it too much of a solo 1v1 problem? I don't think so. Because 1v1 Dehakas don't really go for that talent. They usually go for this talent, which they also nerf, Work Restrain. Cooldown reduction bonus reduced from 2 to 2. This is the burrow talent with the stealth. This is the meta talent that also boops people when you unburrow. They just made it so you don't get 3 cooldown reduction for taking this talent, just 2. So, no enough nerf on this talent in my opinion, Work Restrain. I think you need to get hit a little bit harder. Next talent that got a nerf, which is, I think it was a very fair nerf. Feeding Frenzy, the cooldown reduction per auto attack, now is actually a Gambit rework talent. So you start with the baseline 1.5 cooldown reduction seconds, as is was up till now. But now every time you die, you're gonna lower the cooldown by 25 up to 3 times, down to a total of 0.75. So if you die 3 times as the hacker, which is reasonable to die up to the late game, you're gonna get half of the cooldown reduction per auto attack, which is absolutely good nerf. Like 1.5, you would build up this way too quickly, especially with the hacker. I feel like the hacker has been a very fast auto attacking hero in general, a lot more than he needs to be as a solo laner. So to top that with that massive cooldown reduction, I think it was too much. This is definitely gonna balance things out a little bit. And we're gonna see how it goes. Now the Gambit talent paralyzing enzymes, which gave a ticking extra damage aspect to the tongue, that is completely removed. Now it reduces Drax target's healing received by 40 while the drag is active and 2 seconds after. This is fantastic rework. This makes it so the hacker is another hero that can potentially pack a negative healing talent, which is very good. It's nice to have these talents as a contested option to other strong talents like Feeding Frenzy. So this is gonna be very viable. They have a regular Alexstrasza in the enemy team. You might want to take this talent instead of this. It's gonna be a lot better. Like, super good change in my opinion. This is... I love this. Level 13 Ferocious Stacker, they nerf the extra damage you get to the Dark Swarm by 10%. I don't know why they're nerfing this talent. Is this the go-to talent? Maybe. I guess it is, because not many people go for the minus 10 armor that much. But they also have damage baseline reduced by 4, so... what a Dark Swarm reduction. Level 16 Tunneling Cones movement speed reduced by a meager 5%. You're gonna make it... So this makes you burrow at fast speed. It's gonna be just a little bit slower. I don't know. Like 5%, is it really that much? 25 to 20 from 100? I don't know, man. Maybe drop it at 25. Anyway, level 20 Contagion if you want to go for the AoE silence talent, it also reduces the silence damage by 60%. I also don't know why they did that. Is it... Has it been that of a big DPS threat? I know. It's a nice nerf, but... I don't know why. Maybe they want to make... maybe they want to make it more fair? I don't know. I don't know if I'm... I mean... I'm definitely low about the Haka nerfs, but nerfing a level 20 the Haka talent feels a little bit too much to me. But next up, KHARAZIM is getting a little bit of a buffs, which is very nice, because KHARAZIM has been a slept-on healer. Many people just play Red KHARAZIM as a DPS, and they don't focus on the healing, but this is gonna make the healing aspect of him. Well, actually, you know, now that I think of it, people are actually just gonna play more Red KHARAZIM and just say, oh, we do 10 extra heal now, which is not great, but... This is so good for inside Brew KHARAZIM as well. Especially if you go for the cooldown reduction and double echo. But anyway, air allies gain 100 HP extra survivability, which is very good, and 5% extra spell power. This is gonna make this talent very much more desirable to pick. Because the go-to is the Vokon talent, and the main reason why it's the go-to talent is because it just is much harder to kill. It has more HP. Air ally now having 33% more HP is gonna make this talent a lot more enjoyable to pick, mainly because of its survivability. But now with the extra 5 on top, level 10 Divine Palm duration increased by 1 extra second. So this is a buff. This makes the window of which you can protect someone before the Divine Palm procs increased. So the enemies are gonna have to sacrifice more time not attacking the guy to finish him on the palm, and the guy is gonna have more chance to survive. So that's a very good buff. Very nice. And Divine Palm is a much harder route to use compared to 7-sided strike, where you just click and like. So I'm super happy that they're buffing this a little bit. 6th Sense, the talent that gives you 75 physical armor absorption when you get stunned, also getting a buff, surprisingly. 6th Sense now starts expiring after the stun expires, not when the stun is applied. So let's say a Muradin throws a stun, you wait for the hammer stun to finish, and then the armor starts, the duration of the armor starts ticking. So you're gonna have even more extended duration of the stun, which is a buff, which is insane. Actually, this is an insane change. Gonna make KHARAZIM a lot more tanky. Now, this is a talent I didn't expect that needed any buffing. Epiphany level 20 that gives you mana back, and I think it gave you a stack or 2 stacks of the jump. You get a shit ton more mana. So this is insane if you're playing Red KHARAZIM. But you know, I felt like the 33% mana already was pretty decent. I don't know why you need 70. Like, that's insane. Well, good for KHARAZIM players again, I guess. Next, Wuxio getting a little bit of a nerfs. Soundwave Q is gonna get nerfed by 1 second and 50 mana. I think that's fair. I think this is mainly for these high rank Wuxio players that are very aggressive and very annoying in your face, mostly. Overall, I feel like if you're like the general safe Wuxio player, I don't think this matters too much. So I feel like this is more of a Grandmaster type of nerf here situation. Acelerando level 1 talent, which is kind of the meta talent, which gives you 40% increased speed if you stay on the walls for 4 seconds. Now is being nerfed to 6 seconds. If you want to build the maximum of 40% movement speed, you have to keep the Acelerando for a total of 6 seconds. So you're gonna make the Wuxio a little bit slower and a little bit more committed to the walls. High 5 nerf by 5 seconds, which is pretty substantial, you know. Especially when you have multiple targets and you cannot go back to that target. I think that's a good nerf. But I would say this is again a Grandmaster nerf. Like, I feel like it's just because the heal is a little bit too often. I don't think that's like a problem in by the general player if he had a lower cooldown, but because Wuxio is generally a hard hero to play. But yeah, this is definitely high level gameplay nerfing we're seeing, in my opinion. Heavy casters. This is the talent that allows you to stun a target when you use your trait, shove yourself out of the wall, is also getting nerfed. Now prevents push-off from hitting multiple targets. So when you jump off the wall and you try to stun multiple people, no, you cannot do that anymore. You only stun the first target. So a small nerf there. I also don't think that's a super big deal, but again, high rank mechanical, Lucio gameplay nerf. Up the frequency, level 16 cooldown reduction reduced from 0.4 to 0.3. This is the auto attack talent that gives you range and gives you cooldown reduction from attacking. A little bit of nerf here. Yeah, I would say that this would be kind of the go-to talent. It allows the more skilled Lucio players to poke around more and get a lot more value with that. So yeah, these are fair changes. But you know, I feel like other healers also need a nerf. So I don't know why specifically Lucio, because maybe people in high rank are too annoying, I'm sorry, but yeah. Something maybe has been happening in some tournaments or something that I've been monitoring. Tyrael Law and Order. Fixed an issue where the maximum bonus was capped at 4 allies. The cap has been increased to 15. This is insane. So you're telling me that all this time when I've been shielding minions, I actually didn't know if it procs from minions or not. I thought it would only count heroic targets, but it turns out maybe it counts from all targets that you shield up to 15? Does that mean that fixed issue where the maximum bonus was capped at 4 allied heroes? So allied heroes, that means that this only is talking about the shield aspect of, not the smite aspect. So not how much people you're gonna hit with the smite to get a shield cooldown reduction, but how many people you're gonna shield to increase the smite crit. So if you shoot multiple targets, let's say you're rocking like a Zagara Asmodon draft and you shield all the minions, boom, big crit. This is actually gonna be very fun to try. I'm so happy they buffed this talent. This is gonna be absolutely a blast. And last hero they decided to give a little bit of buffs. White Mane Inquisitor's Prayer, this is the Aram Quest talent, which I love, which gives you a maximum HP and mana each time you hit the cross ability. Now, on top of that, after basing attacking an enemy hero 3 times, like a redemption, not a redemption Hanzo, and not a Jimmy because Jimmy is 4th attack, let's say Manticore Vow, but this is a quest thing, White Man also gains a stack of HP and mana on top. So not only you're gonna get stacks from landing your in, now from auto attacking as well. So potentially you can get stacks at double the speed, which makes this talent twice as more valuable, which is so good. This is such a good change. I love it. Scarlet Rat, now this is a thing that I never expect that they'll do, rework. Now also restores 0.5% mana to all Zeal targets. So this is the auto attack talent on White Mane, that when you have Zeals, Qs on people, their marks, when you auto attack enemies, it increases the Zeal duration. So you auto attack, you have more Zeal on your allies, it doesn't expire. But now, while you auto attack, it also you restore their mana. So, including yourself. So, 0.5% mana from auto attacking, and then you can combine that with the auto attack speed talent. So potentially, you can become a mana battery as a White Mane. Like, it's always been Mofurion the mana giving guy. So I'm and auto attack White Mane is not really a build that people go for. So I'm happy that they made this, but I honestly don't think this is gonna be. I mean, I guess now with Inquisitor's Prayer you wanna auto attack more. But this is not the auto attack talent. There's another auto attack talent level 1 that gives you 40% auto attack speed. So I know there's definitely some cool things you can combine here. It's up to you guys to figure them out and if you're gonna enjoy them. But yeah, some small White Mane buffs. I went through all the bug fixes. I feel like there was nothing too important here to go through. The main thing that caught my attention was this, because I'm a Tyka's drill player. Focusing Diodes level 20 drill upgrade now grants additive damage bonus. Whatever that means. I don't know if that is good or not. Before that was multiplicative, and I don't know which is bigger. I always confuse those things, so you can guys explain me on that. But also this one, I'm a Viking bot player. Fixed caused a long bot to move at a reduced speed. Hey, no more reduced speed bot. Let's raid Viking raid at normal speed, guys. you can go through all the big fixes, but I don't think they were worth paying attention to that much from my general quick look. Nice to see we're getting more patches. Microsoft preparing Blizzard for Steam or something. They said they're going Xbox Game Pass or something. We shall see about that, but it's nice. It's nice that they're keeping the game fresh so often. That's what we like to say. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay righteous.